Hello everybody, how's it going? Today we will have problem number 33. Problem number 33, it's to read numbers from the user and sum them. Keep reading until the user insert -1, which means we will read numbers from the user. For example, if the user insert number 10 and after that insert number 20, number 30, number 40, we'll still keep going to read numbers from the user on the console screen until the user insert -1. Once the user insert -1, then sum all the numbers that the user insert them before -1 and print the result on screen. So if the user insert, the input of the user was 10, 20, 30, 40, and after that the user insert -1, the compiler will stop to read numbers anymore from the user, and we will sum all these numbers, the numbers that the user insert them before the -1. So the result will be, the output will be 100, because 20 plus 10 plus 20, 30, 30 plus 30, 60 plus 40, 100. So the output will be 100. Now let's go to Visual Studio to convert these program requirements into code. Perfect. Once we did run the compiler, display for us this sentence or this text, we will keep asking you to insert numbers, okay, and sum them up until you insert -1. So if I insert 10, compiler will ask me again or display again the same question. It will keep asking you to insert numbers and sum them up until you insert -1. So if I insert number 20, still 30, same, 40, same. If now I'm going to insert -1, perfect. The compiler finished the program and print for me this sentence with the result. The result of the numbers before -1, before you insert -1, is 100. Okay, how we build this program? First, we create this function, read numbers. Read numbers is already a generic function. We use it many times before. Let's open it. It's take here the question. We will customize it later down in another function or main function. It depends about the program needs. So it has float number equals 0, initial value, and cout question, and the number that's taken from the user is stored inside number. And after we use this generic function that we already used it many times in our previous problems, we create this function. This is the new function in this program or for this problem. It's from float data type. We name it sum numbers because we need to sum the numbers that these are going to insert before the user insert -1. So how are we gonna do this? Let's open and see how we're gonna do it. So we define integer data type and we declare sum variable equals 0, initial value, and number equal 0. And after that we use do while loop. Why we use do while loop? Because we want to catch the user every time when the user insert different number, not -1. If the user insert number 10, we want to repeat the same question. Alright, if the user insert number 20, also we want to catch the user and repeat the question for him to insert -1. So we will put the user inside this do while loop until the user insert -1. What we have here in do while loop, first we'll execute this code, which is number, the local variable that we created inside the sum numbers function. We will assign to it the number that these are going to insert through the console screen, which is through the read numbers function. Read number function, it will display for the user the question. We will keep asking you to insert numbers and sum them up until you insert -1. So this question we customize it here in the parameters of the read numbers function. So all this function is parameter, all this function value or result, for example, the user insert number 10, it will be stored inside read numbers function. Read number function, it will hold for me the number that the user insert to the console screen. We assign it to the number. We assign it to the number variable. And after that we use if statement. Why we use if statement? Because we want to check if the number equal -1 in case the user insert from the beginning -1. So I want the compiler exit me of this program and finish the program. Exit me, like take me out of this function and finish the program, because if the user insert -1, so no need to complete the program and sum any other numbers. The program, it will be done if the user insert -1. For that I said if the number equal -1, if the number that the user insert through the console screen equal -1, like same like -1, break. We use break keyword. Why we use break keyword? Because as I said, I want the compiler take me out of this function and finish the program. And if the number is not equal -1, so we will take the number, we will add it or sum it to the sum. We will store it inside sum. Okay, so sum plus equal number. So we'll take that number, we store it inside sum. And after that we will check for the last time by using while keyword. We will say number not equal -1. So please get back and do for me or execute for me the code until the user insert -1. Once the user insert -1, we will return the sum, and here in the main function we will just print it. We will say the results of the numbers before -1 are, we'll call sum numbers. So let's do run for second time. Perfect. Once we did run, the compiler display for us the same sentence or text that we already saw it before. We will keep asking you to insert numbers and sum them up until you insert -1. Let's say that we insert 20. Okay, Compiler again display for me the same question, another 120, okay, and another 60, same. The compiler still keep going to display for me the questions, another 100, same. So once I insert -1, compiler finish the program and exit me from the function that it's called sum numbers and print for me these results. The result of the numbers before -1 are 200. Correct. If you sum these numbers that we insert them right now, 20 plus 60 plus 100, it will give you 200. So that was the problem of today, problem number 33. See you next problem, next lesson.